Hello all and welcome back to another Tech Tidbit, this time with myself, Kieren, the Connectivity Solutions Developer at Umango. And today we're going to be expanding on our Salesforce deep dive and taking a closer look at how Umango interacts with Salesforce records.
It's the Tech Tidbit in Umango.
All right, so we'll kick things off inside of Salesforce. Just for a little bit of context, okay, I've got this empty contact, Mary Jones, who we don't know much about. All right, we've got access to her first name, her last name, and her birth date. Okay, so a blank canvas, all right, a blank contact within our Salesforce instance we can interact with. Now, I'm wanting to use Umango to update some different fields on this contact record, okay? So specifically the title. I want to be able to select a title from this pick list here. I want to be able to link Mary to a dependent contact in Salesforce. And while we're at it, let's link Mary to an account in Salesforce and we'll select a salutation from this pick list. So let's save Mary and head over to Umango. Okay, now that we're back inside of Umango, you can see here that we're using the same employee benefits enrollment form that we used in our Salesforce deep dive video. Okay, and you can also see that our AI analysis has completed and we have access to the employee name, street address, the city, phone number, all those bits of data that we might want for creating or updating a record. Now, remember, I said I wanted to update Mary's title. Okay, we wanted to link her to a contact and a record in Salesforce, and we wanted to update her salutation as well, okay? Now, to do that, we need to utilize something which the Salesforce connector exposes to us, which is export field lookups, okay? So if I double click on this pick list title zone here, it'll open up my zone's properties. We've selected export field for the zone type, all right, and the Salesforce connector has 4 different export lookup fields we can use. To interact with pick lists, I'm going to opt for the record property lookup field you can see here. So let's save that off. Our account reference, all right, we want to link this to an account in Salesforce, so we're going to use the Salesforce record search, which will return an account ID, a records ID to us, which we can use somewhere within our connector. So let's save that off. Let's create a new zone, okay? Remember, we wanted the user to be able to select which record to update during processing. So we're going to go for an export field zone. We're going to call this record select, all right? And we're going to hit the Salesforce record search lookup field and save that off. All right, so now we've got a couple of different zones configured on our sample document. We're going to head into our connectors configuration screen and take a closer look at these different zones. Okay, so we're in our connectors configuration screen and we're just going to quickly test our connection here, make sure we're authenticated. Awesome. If we head over to our records tab, we're wanting to update a record with this job. So I'm going to hit the create/update a record option, and we, the user, want to select which record to update. Okay, so I'm going to select that option there, allow users to select the record to update. We're worried about updating contacts with this job. So we're going to select contact as our record type. And we're going to use that record select field that we set up earlier to choose which record to update. And you'll see this in action as we begin processing a document, okay? You can see under our record properties here on the contact, we've got this account ID, which references an account in Salesforce. Now, if I map one of my zones to this, specifically the account ref zone, all right, we're going to go do a search on all the account records and we can select a records ID to return and map to this reference type here. We're going to do the same thing for our dependent. Okay, so we're now linking a contact to a contact. Let's go grab our other record search zone, which was dependent ref zone. We're going to add that in. We're going to play around with our pick lists now. So one of those was title. So we've got our pick list title zone, all right, which again is going to present all those pick list options to us during processing, which we can then select from and map to this record property. And lucky last, I believe it was a salutation. So we've got our sal pick list zone. Okay, so we've got all those export field lookups we created before mapped to different properties on this contact record. So if we save our job off, all right, we'll go to process a document we'll see just what happens. Okay, so we're at our document drop now. We're going to go grab Mary's enrollment form, pop that into Umango. We're going to give Umango a couple seconds to do its thing, run the AI analysis over our document. This shouldn't take too long. We've got our pick list title zone presented to us here. Okay, so we can see clearly that the title here on Mary's enrollment form is manager. So we're going to do a search with our lookup field on that pick list of that record, and we're going to hit manager. Look at that. There it is. Save that off. We've got our account reference zone. Okay, so I can see from this email here that the account I'm wanting to link this contact to is Eco Demo Lab. All right, so we're going to do a search for Eco Demo, and you can see there, Eco Demo Lab is a fictitious entity within a simulation. Hit OK. We now have that accounts ID here, which we can use in our account ID reference field on our contact. So let's save that off. Same goes for our dependent information. Okay, Bill Jones. Let's have a look for Bill Jones in Salesforce. All right, so there's our Bill Jones contact we're wanting to link this contact to. Again, we get that contact's ID, which we're passing into this reference zone. Now we're having a look at the pick lists. Okay, so we've got our salutation pick list here. I'm going to go ahead and say Mary Jones is a Mrs. Okay, so let's search that record property there. Mrs. Mary Jones. Which contact are we actually updating? Here's the time to decide. Okay, we've got our record select zone. I can quite clearly see that we're wanting to update Mary Jones as contact. So let's have a look for Mary Jones. And look at that. We get her record ID, which we will use to update the record. So if we save this off, and again, we'll give Umango a couple seconds, be patient with these things. We'll head over to Salesforce and have a look at our Mary Jones contact and see what we're working with. Okay, so we're back inside of Salesforce, and if we head to the Contacts tab, we can see here that Mary Jones is not looking as empty as she was before. Okay, so we have updated her salutation, which is now Mrs. We're able to select that pick list value using our export lookup field. We have linked Mary's contact to the account Eco Demo Lab. We've also chosen a title from this pick list here, and we were able to link Mary's account to Bill Jones's account. Just how easy was that? Okay, so to recap, today we went for a slightly more advanced job configuration using our Salesforce connector, and we were able to leverage those export fields that Umango exposes on the connector to help us out. So we were able to select the correct records for referencing during processing and interact with pick list fields on those records as well. So hopefully you've learned something today, and if you're still hungry for more Umango, be sure to keep an eye on this space. We'll see you in the next one.